Europe is facing today three major issues: scarcity of resources, greenhouse gases and the climate change, and the quantity of waste which is produced. But with co-processing, we can find a combination of those three issues to make it profitable by reducing the need of raw material when using waste, reducing the emissions of CO2 when using waste instead of alternative fuel, and reducing the need of landfilling or incinerating of waste. And all this without any impact on the possibility of recycling of waste, which is promoting the circular economy as well. The co-processing in the cement industry and in other type of industries allows the possibility of a combined solution, which is thermally treatment of waste, recovering the energy out of it for the purpose of the process, and at the same time using the mineral fractions for the production of materials. All this reducing the CO2 impacts and the need of virgin materials. Those two combined processes, recovery of energy and recycling of materials, happens simultaneously in the process. And for this, a lot of waste are used, which are mainly non-recyclable waste. Think about used tires that you cannot recycle as such, but you have iron that can be recycled and you have the rubber that can be used as energy provider. Think about the polyurethane from your fridges, the insulating material from fridges. This is the only part that is not recycled today, and this is what can be used as alternative fuel. Think about spent solvents when you spend old paints, whatever. All this can be used and for the purpose of energy and for the purpose of raw material replacement. If we want to promote the recycling and the reuse of waste, first of all, we need a strict regulation of what can be landfilled. A second point is about sorting material and making separate collections. The more you separate, collect at the source, the best you can recycle material. And at the end, when you have residues that you cannot recycle anymore, then you have to think about how to prepare it for co-processing by transforming into a refuse-derived fuel, by transforming it into a residue that can contain minerals useful for the cement industry or for other processes. This is what we need. So less landfill, more sorting, more recycling, and finally more preparation for co-processing of the last residue. Today, with the co-processing, the cement industry has been able to save more than 80 million tons of raw material each year. It also helps to substitute 48% of the thermal requirements of the cement industry, which is the equivalent of the saving of 21.7 million tons of CO2. To give an idea, 21.7 million tons of CO2 equivalent is what is emitted by 15.1 million cars in a year time, which is the equivalent of all the cars in Belgium and Greece together. This is what we have been able to save in the cement industry each year. And our expectation is that we will be able to double the savings of CO2 in the next 10 to 15 years. If you want to learn more about co-processing, if you have questions about that, please join the webinar that is organized by Cembureau on the 18th of May from 11 to 12:30. You can find all the data about this on the Cembureau's website.